So there's been a shooting in Italy, and so far nobody is dead. I think there's one person who's critically injured, but I think six people were shot, and they were all of African descent, and I believe they're all migrants. And this is following a week after the slaying of this 18-year-old girl, Pamela Mastro Pietro, or something. So clearly, some native girl in the area. She was apparently dismembered and found, like, I don't know, like in a suitcase, uh, and she was killed by like some Nigerian guy, right? So this is clearly a retaliation for that attack, and I completely condemn this guy's actions. I don't believe what he did was justified, and this is just going to create more division and more hate amongst people, and it's going to give the government more power over your lives and over our lives. It's gonna give the people, the government in Italy, more right to invade your privacy, to take away your rights, and uh, essentially, propagandize your people to like shit on your own culture, because it's gonna be like, see this, because this guy had a flag around him of Italy, so they're gonna be like, see, he's a nativist. He's, nativism, nationalism is bad, and they're gonna use this to smear pretty much, right-wing groups that are anti-immigration, because they're going to be like, look at what your ideas and your policies and whatever created. It has guys like look at Charlottesville, what they were able to do with that, you know, all the things they were able to do with that one killing. And look at Canada with that mosque attack. Now they're implementing like National Anti-Islamophobia Day and all this shit. They're gonna like change our laws, or M103, and then after that, that's gonna institute, like, I read all these new propositions that they're gonna do. They're gonna, like, increase funding for police to investigate hate crimes and all this shit. Create all these useless bureaucracies that are just gonna essentially waste money and put people away for saying wrong think. So all these attacks do is create more division, and I understand a guy being angry, because yeah, that's bullshit, and it's because of the government bringing in these migrants that these attacks are happening, right? Like, that girl wouldn't have been dismembered if those migrants were not in the country. So he is right in some sense to be angry, but it's not, he should not be shooting at innocent people because of it, because you don't know if those people he shot, if they did anything wrong. That's not, because he went within the area where that body was found, right? So he was trying to get some revenge, but this is obviously going to happen, though. Like, anybody could see this. If you bring in hundreds of thousands, and Italy is overrun by migrants, like, you bring in hundreds of thousands of people with different cultures that are, committing crimes and all this shit, you're going to enrage people within that country, and the people who are less stable are going to eventually react and kill some people. And I think that the governments essentially want this to happen. They don't care that some people die. The more division there is among us, the more power that they have over us. So what he did was not the right way to go about it, and it's going to create it's going to take away more of the people in Italy's rights. It's going to be used against them. So just remember that, like, it's good not to promote any type of violence against innocent people. If there's a criminal that we know actually did something, that's kind of something different. But this does nothing for anybody, and I understand that the guy's angry, but it's going to be used to just smear so many people now, and it's going to be used to smear nationalism and all this stuff, and this is bad what happened, and hopefully any of the people that he did shoot dies, right? Because I think one guy is critically injured, like I said before, but hopefully everybody is okay, because I don't want innocent people to die, whether they are Muslim, whether they are migrants, whether they're, even illegal alien Mexicans, right? I don't want to see people actually suffer, but we got to hold our governments accountable for creating these situations, because that is the case. They are the ones who created that situation, who fostered the environment for that to happen. So they are the ones to blame, and it's them that need to change. It's them that need to start deporting a lot of these people, and that will be better for them than keeping them within that country, because they're just going to be massive fucking division, massive infighting eventually, because this is a taste of it. It's begun, right? More events like this are going to happen in Italy, especially if nothing is done by the governments, especially if they just continue to censor or shun their population, call them racist, bigots. Like, all that's going to do is continue to enrage people. And like I said before, this is probably what they want. They want you to react. They gaslight people on purpose. They're like, they say all this shit, and you're like, hey man, this is racist. Like, no, it's not. It's not. You're just crazy. You're insane. There is no censorship for you. All this crap. But so all this together is just a matter of time before the keg explodes, and we're gonna see it more in countries like Italy, France soon. These places are the ones that are going to start to have these events happening. But just, I condemn this guy's actions. Clearly what he did was wrong, and hopefully something like this does not happen in the future, because like I said before, that it will be used against you. It will be used as justification to take away your rights, to do more censorship, to monitor your interactions. So don't play into their game, right? We gotta remember who the actual bad guys are. Okay, there are, it's the leadership, it's the people making the laws, the people importing people into the country, creating these environments. So they're the ones to blame. So keep your eye on the prize. Don't deviate, because that's what they want. They want us to deviate. They want us to infight. Don't play into their game. But that's all I pretty much had to say. If you like my content, subscribe and have a good day. See ya.